When she was approached her driveway, she saw something peculiar in her home. Almost open, the garage door. The interior was illuminated by her husband's truck. She pulled onto the sideway, trying to understand. Why did her spouse park in the garage today? While debating, she saw a black-clad woman creep by the truck. When Linda and Cliff moved to a small Iowa town, they just wanted a pleasant neighborhood to start their family. Due to work, the two moved around the country. Linda suggested they move to a peaceful, safe town in their mid-30s. She was clueless. Linda and Cliff met in their early 20s. Cliff had passed the bar to join the Navy SEALs, while Linda was pursuing her master's in law. Many things would try to break up the two's romance. They'd soon do the unexpected. Cliff proposed to Linda after 7 years. He was a full-fledged SEAL with several tours under his belt, while Linda was pursuing a PhD in civil law. Cliff's deployments and Linda's guest professorships took them across America in their late 20s and early 30s. This harmony didn't last. Iowa changed everything. Their two-story house had 2 garages, a driveway, and the most perfect yard Linda had ever seen. She knew the house and neighborhood were perfect for raising her family. The coming months would test her faith. Linda and Cliff always had concerns. Some were life-changing, causing premarital breakups. Others required only an apology. An isolated incident where Cliff mistreated Linda was their biggest issue. If you like my videos, don't forget to like or subscribe. Thanks in advance. She caught him in a compromising position with one of his friends, which almost ended their relationship. After several years, Linda still hoped history wouldn't repeat. Iowa was a good move. Linda became a lecturer at a local university, and Cliff enjoyed his few months at home before returning to base. Linda left early and returned late due to her teaching schedule. She didn't know her husband's secret. Linda's incident day was different. She developed a bad cough midday. She drove to the town's clinic, got some prescription medicine, and hurried home after rescheduling her lectures. She'd have to retaliate after finding out. Linda noticed something odd in her home near her driveway. The garage door barely opened. Cliff's truck glistened in the dark. Linda pulled onto the sideway, trying to understand. Cliff never parked in the garage, so why today? She saw a black-clad woman sneaking past the truck while debating. The situation confused Linda. She remembered Cliff's wrongs and her blood was boiling. Forgiving and forgetting took everything she had. She never forgot. She left her car and ran into the garage, furious. She'd confront it. Linda always forgave. She tried not to worry, but her mind conjured her worst nightmares. As she sneaked into the house to see the woman, she realized she had misinterpreted everything. She thought, "I'm in danger," from a corner. Linda slowly left the house through the corridor. She realized the woman wasn't looking for her husband. Armed thief. Linda called Cliff after the house's automated system locked all exterior doors, including the garage. Cliff was visiting a Navy friend when Linda called. Unbeknownst to her, he spent most of his days there to avoid boredom at home. He jumped in the first cab home. Stealing from his family was a terrible mistake. Cliff found Linda outside their house. After hugging her, he marched toward the towering house. Linda's action stopped him. Linda clasped her husband's wrist. Her sparkling eyes said, "Please don't go." Cliff had been with Linda for over a decade and had seen that look whenever his platoon was deployed. He would accompany her this time. Instead of taking action, Cliff called the police. He could handle any threat in his house, but Linda's gaze froze him. The police flooded the house in under an hour and caught the thief, who was trapped. They thanked Cliff and Linda for their wise decision. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.